Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, as you can see here, we have got a little Rlaarlo Rog1, and some of you might think it's mine, but it's not. If you remember, I converted mine over to the general Rog1, kind of painted it orange, bright orange, hugger orange, I guess, or whatever color the General Lee was. You'll get 10 different answers if you ask 10 different people what actually that color orange is. But anyway, got the big 01 on the side, so you know this is not mine. This truck here is a subscriber of mine, friend of mine, Brad. He sent it to me along with another truck of his. It was having some drivetrain issues, and finally got this one here fixed. We had to, a common issue with these things, guys, is well, it's going to be kind of hard to show you with holding this camera. But anyway, down in here on the other side of the battery tray, you'll be able to see the main center drive shaft, and you'll see the slipper clutch right there. Well, coming off of the slipper clutch is a little black cup that connects this center drive shaft to the front differential. In a center, it has a little black cup as well. Okay, well, there is a little grub screw in that black cup, where it tightens down and snugs that cup up to the slipper clutch, and it will vibrate loose from the factory. I have seen many of them do it. Mine did it, my daughters did it, our ZD version did it. I've seen a lot of people online, on YouTube, and all over the internet asking why is their ROG1 or their Juicy or their ZD version not getting power to the front wheels. Well, you need to start right there, because I just about bet you 8 out of 10 times that little set screw. And I wish I didn't have all this put in here, guys, and I wish I had my chest mount on and I could take it apart and show you. But unfortunately I don't. But it's pretty easy to see. As soon as you don't have a battery in here, you'll be able to see your slipper clutch. And like I said, there's a little black cup there, and most of the time that little grub screw that tightens that little black cup up to the slipper clutch will loosen up, and it will cause that little cup just to spin around on the slipper clutch effectively very loose and not sending any power at all to the front wheels via the center drive shaft. Now, if you don't catch it in time, unfortunately that's what happened here with Brad's. He ran it, and it's not his fault. He probably just didn't pay attention. It probably had just enough tension on it to where it would spin the front wheels just a little bit, but nothing major, and it rounded the end of the slipper clutch assembly off. Okay, which that you can fix with a file and a Dremel tool, but when you do that, you need to check also and make sure that there's no metal shavings or no gravel or no dirt or anything like that that's gotten up in your slipper clutch area, because there's a spring in there, and you'll see a little jam nut in front of the spring, and tightening that jam nut down is how you adjust the preload on your slipper clutch. Now, if you're going to run this thing off-road, kind of minor bash it or whatever, you know, I would keep it pretty much stock. You'll notice once you start getting some wear on it, it might start slipping a little more, and you might want to snug it down, but do it very, very small increments, unless you're going to do speed runs. And if you're going to do speed runs, a lot of people will tell you just to crank it all the way down and be done with it. I don't like doing that. I will crank mine down a lot more than from the stock location, just like I did here on Brad's. But you can mess around with a feeler gauge and get your preload and all on your disc right, and that way you can effectively try to get equal power going from equal amount of power on the front differential as you do on the rear. Now, you're never going to be able to get 100% equal power. You're never going to have 50% power here, 50% power here, because the motor spur gear is right here on the slipper clutch, which is connected directly to the rear diff, and the motor pinion is right there. So that's instant power. When it's having to send power up to the front, guys, it's having to travel through the slipper clutch, through that little cup, through that center drive shaft, and then up to the front diff. So you're going to lose a little power there, but you can tune that diff to where it does distribute power more evenly if you have a little patience and just watch your truck and see how it does. I've seen a lot of these out of the box where they're really close, and I've seen a lot of them where the front tires are ballooning like crazy, okay, and that's some diff tuning that needs to be done. And I've seen some where the front are barely ballooning at all, and the rear are ballooning like crazy. And again, you need to do all this at once. You need to tune your diffs and everything, but a lot of that you can get out by adjusting your slipper clutch. But if you're not real familiar with it, I suggest you send it to somebody that's worked on them before, because you will effectively ruin your slipper clutch and burn the clutch disc out of it if you don't know what you're doing. All right, well, I asked Brad specifically, the owner of this truck here, what his goal was with this truck. If he was going to just minor bash it and run it through the backyard, or, you know, off-road a little bit and do speed runs, or what's he going to do. And he said 100% speed runs with it. All right, guys, if you set one of these up to do 100% speed runs, that means you're going to try to put as much gear, pinion gear, in here as you can. All right, and that motor's going to get hot. All right, well, with his, just like all the other ones that come from the factory, he didn't have a fan on the motor, so I ordered him a fan when I ordered his new slipper clutch. Actually, no, I take that back. I had a new fan in stock. It is a Rlaarlo fan, and I wired it up and put it on for him, and et cetera, et cetera. That's my GNSS analyzer, because I'm going to go test this truck for him. But anyway, I set his up for what I feel like is a good gear ratio for this truck, to where about the stock tires will handle. These stock tires, guys, are limited to about 64 miles an hour. You might get 65 out of them, but I think I did one time. I got 64 one time, actually, and I was on my ZD version, and it literally popped loose from the rim. So luckily I didn't wreck and flip and total the truck, but if you do that at 60-something miles an hour, you're going to destroy this thing. So anyway, I've had people ask me what is the biggest gear you can put in here, you know, without having to do a lot of major cutting and all that stuff. You can fit a 27 tooth pinion inside this little cover right here, guys, but you have to trim it out a little bit, okay? And, you know, it's not my truck, so I didn't want to go cutting anything on his. I put the biggest pinion gear I could fit, which is a 25 tooth. A 25 tooth will fit in here just fine, and you don't have to do any trimming. You never even know what's in there. So they come geared with, well, some of them do. Most of them that I've seen do. They come 16 tooth pinion from the factory, and they send you an optional 21 tooth pinion. And while I was in there, and he sent me his stock 21 tooth pinion because he wanted to speed it up, but while it was in there, why put a 21 tooth on it when you can put a 25 or 26 or whatever? You're going to speed run it, so you might as well try to get the best you can. So I took my time on this, measured everything, checked everything 2 or 3 times, and a 26 tooth would start rubbing the side of this just a little bit. So I put a 25 tooth in it, and that's what's in there. Stock spur gear, which is 59 tooth. So we're going to take this thing out and speed run it and test it before I send it back to Brad. His other truck is ready also. So guys, I've got quite a few of my subscribers that sent me their cars to fix, and they all understand it's going to take me a little time. I have to do it in my spare time, but here lately I've had a good bit of that because all this rain, and we can't do our drone business in the rain. So I've been trying to catch up on some of these projects like this for some subscribers and try to get their vehicles fixed for them and shipped back out. But we're going to take and run it, make sure everything's good with it, no issues before I ship it back. I do that with every vehicle that I work on for somebody. I test run it, and that's it. And I'm sure Brad will want to know what this thing will run. So here's what I'm going to do for you, Brad. I'm going to take this thing out and speed run it with my GNSS analyzer on here, with these stock tires, with the stock battery, even though you didn't send me a battery. Luckily I had some, but you didn't send me a battery, but I want you to make sure you know that. You did for the Arma, but you didn't for this one. So I had plenty of them, so I think this is the one out of my Terminator. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Just want to let you know we're going to run it with the stock battery and see just exactly how much we pick up going from a 16 tooth pinion to a 25 tooth pinion. All right, I know on mine, and I think my buddy Brian over at Brian's RC Stuff, we got anywhere from 47 to 50 miles per hour straight out of the box with a 16 tooth pinion, running the stock battery, or going up to a little bit higher performance Turnigy or CNHL battery. I think both of us got around 50 with those batteries. And then a 21 tooth pinion with the stock battery will put you at about 58 to 59 miles an hour, somewhere through there. And about, I think I got 60 with this NHL battery with a 21 tooth. So, gonna see what we can get with a 25 tooth. How much more gain is a 25 tooth worth over a 21 tooth? Some people may not find that interesting, but this may be something that somebody wants to do to theirs, and that's all they want. They don't want to try to go out and get the fastest, absolute fastest speed they can, but they want to speed it up some. So that's what we're going to find out. Another thing I'm going to do, Brad, I went ahead and brought, I'm going to take with me these good set of hoons that I've always used to speed run my small stuff with. They got quite a few miles on them, but they're still in real good shape. So we're going to run your truck with, just like it sits, 25 tooth pinion, stock tires, everything with the stock battery. And then we're going to throw the hoons on it and see what we get with the hoons on it. And then we're going to put in these aftermarket CNHL packs and just see. I think we're probably going to get somewhere in the mid 60s. I would guess 65 to 67 miles an hour with the Arma hoons and with the 25 tooth pinion. But you know, I looked back my videos and I don't think I ever tested any of mine, the ZD or the ROG1, with a 25 tooth pinion. I think I went straight to like a 27 and then a 29 and then a 31. It's just crazy. So, and also remember guys, when you go gearing these things up for speed runs like this, when you have these larger pinions in there, do not run them off-road. Do not bash them in the backyard in grass and thick dirt or anything like that. You will burn your electronics up quick, because these things already generate heat when you're running them in grass. Even with the stock 16 tooth pinion, the little motor gets hot, and it still gets a little warm even with this fan on it with a 16 tooth pinion. But if you go throwing that 21 or 22 to 25, 27 tooth pinion in this thing and think you're going to run it around in your backyard through the grass and stuff, you're going to burn your motor up and your ESC up, or both, very quickly. So I'll pick the video back. Can't even talk today, guys. I will pick this video back up once we get out to the test spot, and we'll find out. Now, I did not do the wheelie bar mod on this because I asked him if he wanted me to, and he never did answer, so I didn't mess with it. So hopefully it won't wheelie too bad. If it does, I'm sure Brad's capable of just flipping these mounts around and being done with it, but it substantially helps. You can ask Brian over at Brian's RC Stuff. That wheelie bar mod helps a ton. So I guess the moral of the story behind this long-winded intro, guys, how much faster is a stock, bone stock ROG1 with a 25 tooth pinion versus a 16 tooth pinion on the stock tires, stock battery, and then on a set of hoons with a stock battery, and then with the set of hoons with an aftermarket battery? We'll just find out and see. So I will pick the video back up, guys, when we're out at the test spot, and we're going to let this little joker eat before we ship it back to Brad. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Kind of an interesting little RC we got here today, so bear with me. We got some traffic coming by. But anyway, we have the little ROG1 out here. But I'll go ahead and tell you guys, this is not my ROG1. Okay, this is a subscriber of mine. His name is Brad, and he sent it to me along with another RC of his that had some issues. This one here had a bad slipper clutch, and actually the pads in the slipper clutch were bad, and the gear and the output cup had stripped. So went ahead and, well, by the way, Brad, just to let you know, I went ahead and reinforced the body on this thing for you a little bit just to help you out. But anyway, guys, we got this thing fixed. At least I think we did anyway. And we've got his stock motor in there. I know you all can see that. This is exactly what they come with. The Rlaarlo 2845 3600 kV. All right, Brad, there's your fan that I put on for you, and I actually put you on a genuine Rlaarlo fan and wired it up and tried to get it all nice and tidy for you. So hopefully it'll run good and cool. These little motors are great. They got German SK bearings in them, which is really good. And so anyway, Brad, I put you a little piece of 3M double lock. I think it's called grip lock. Kind of like your real strong down Velcro strips right here in case you want to mount your GPS in there. That's a really solid place for you to put your GPS, and you got plenty of room because it clears it here in the cab and all that. So anyway, guys, this is as stock as you can get with a Rlaarlo Rog1, other than it now has a 25 tooth pinion. I brought several batteries. He didn't send a battery with this one. Luckily, I had plenty of them. And so we're going to run it on a couple of these stock batteries, and then we're going to see what kind of speed we get out of it. But I don't know if I'm going to put those on there or not, guys. We all know what these things pretty much run out of the box, completely stock, anywhere from 47 to 49 miles an hour. Okay, go watch, I think mine ran 47. My buddy Brian over at Brian's RC Stuff, he's got the juicy version. His went 48 out of the box with the stock gearing and all, and I believe 50 with an aftermarket Turnigy battery in it. And then he done multiple speed runs going up different gearing after that. I want to say he put a 25 or a 26 tooth in his, and ran it. I can't remember which battery he had in it. Just go check out Brian's. I'll leave a link to his channel in my description if you're not familiar with him. And go check out, he's got a good playlist on these little trucks too. These stock tires are just about all you can get out of them at 63 to 64 miles an hour. They start ballooning so bad. Any moment they're gonna pop, and I don't want to wreck somebody else's truck. So what I might do, since I brought the stuff, and Brad, I found some of these 12 to 14 millimeter hex extenders. As you see, I put your stock pinion in this little bag to send back to you. I may go ahead and just put these on while I'm already out here. Put the hoons on and just leave them on there when I ship it back to you. That way it'll be set up and ready for you to go. And if you want to put your stock tires back on it, you can. But that way we can just see what a set of hoons is worth over the stock tires. So anyway, guys, let me pause the camera, get everything powered on, all that good stuff, and we'll see what this thing will do. All right, guys, we got it in here. Got the body shell and all on it. As you can see, the side of it sticking out here just a tad. That's where I got the balance lead at. So we've got this exact battery in here right now, guys, the Rlaarlo 2200 mAh 3S, and we brought the ZD racing version, which they should be identical the same, but we did bring the CNHL 1500 mAh 100C 3S and the 2200 mAh 40C 3S. So we're probably gonna run it, guys, with the stock battery, see what we can get out of it on speed, and then we'll probably go ahead and put the hoons on here, run it again, so see if the hoons pick us up any, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get a good run, a good baseline of what this thing runs on the hoons with a stock battery, and then we'll, for the finale, we'll put these in there and see what we get out of it. So if you're wondering, I'm running this test, Brad, with a spur gear. I wanted to go ahead and check your truck out real good with a slipper assembly, a brand new one that I had in a pack, so that way I could go ahead and get your truck back to you as soon as possible, and I'll just replace it with the one that's coming in from Rlaarlo when it comes in that I ordered for you. So all right, one more time, guys. GPS is reading, so let's see what a stock Rog1 will do. Such a great little truck. I forgot I got the steering rate turned down, and I was like, why is this damn thing not turning? But you want your steering rate down, guys, when you want your steering rate down when you're doing speed runs, guys, because that way it doesn't get all glitchy on you when you're, you know, trying to correct going down the road. All right, here we go, guys. Make sure we're good and recording there. Sorry. Rog1, stock as a rock. Nothing about this thing is changed other than a pinion gear. 25 tooth pinion. All right, here we go, guys. There she is, Brad, full tilt. As you can see, those stock tires, my God. Thought I was gonna wreck it, man. I don't want to wreck somebody else's truck, you know. She was moving, Brad. These stock tires, oh my God. Let's see what we got. That was a good solid hit. I keep forgetting this thing here is nowhere near as fast as that buggy and stuff. So I didn't have to run it out as far or go down as far, so. But anyway, that wasn't slow by any means. I'll go ahead and tell you that. That was moving along pretty good. So Brad, your ROG1 just went 63 miles per hour. Can you tell that I have tested this thing before, guys, several times? What did I tell you? Those stock tires are good to about 63 to 64 miles per hour, and they get to the point to where they look like they're going to pop. There you go, Brad. That's exactly what your ROG1 will run right now with these stock tires on it. 63 miles per hour. And if you're wondering, that's 15 miles per hour faster than what it ran completely stock out of the box. 16 tooth pinion, stock out of the box. 48 miles an hour is what yours ran. So we got you up to 63 right now, bud. Like I said, these stock tires are your limiting factor. I like to make a video, especially for guys when I work on and repair their RCs for them, kind of show them what they're getting. All right, guys, I just opened it up. Let me turn the fan off so it's not so loud. Show everybody what we got going on here. $63, guys. Nothing but a pinion gear. That was a 25 tooth pinion is what's on this thing. All right, 2200 mile battery. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is put in this other stock Rlaarlo battery. I believe this is the one for my Terminator. Gonna put it in here and run it. But what we're going to do is we're going to run it with Armahoons. So I'm going to pause the camera and swap the tires over. And I'm gonna pause the camera, guys. When I pick the camera back up, we'll have a set of Armahoons on here, like I said. All right, guys, hopefully you can see that. Mr. Brad, got your hoons on there. And I'll give you all that run these hoons or the knockoff versions of them a little word of advice. Sometimes you'll find, even it doesn't matter if it's the hoons or if it's the knockoff versions, I have found that the center of these wheels is not always 100% true. So you need to put them on and run the car, you know, under light throttle with radio, and make sure there's no side to side wobble, you know, like so, anything like that. Look for 3, 4, or 5 millimeter. I would get a pack of each, 3, 4, and 5 millimeter washers, and they fit about perfectly over the center part of these Hoons wheels. And if it's out of round or not true, you can put a washer in there and true it up with a little washer. That's why you'll notice, Brad, when you get this thing back, 1 or 2 of yours has a washer and the other ones don't, and that's because they were running true and these don't. We're on there, guys. We got Hoons on it. We got a stock battery in it. We got GPS on it. We had this thing with the stock tires on it. 63 miles an hour. Let's make sure GPS is reading. It is. 63 miles an hour, and the stock tires were ballooning like crazy. That's the limiting factor. Now, don't be surprised, guys, if you put these on here and you lose 1 or 2 mile per hour top speed. And the reason being, guys, is see how soft these stock tires are? When they balloon, guys, it makes them bigger in diameter. Centrifugal force makes them bigger in diameter, which effectively increases your gear ratio. It makes it a higher gear ratio. These Hoons, they don't, at least none of mine have. If they expand any at all, it's a very minimum. If they balloon any at all, it's just a tiny bit. But they're not quite as tall as the stock tires if you go counting the knobbies and all that. So, but trust me, the stability and the top speed that you'll get when you keep getting faster and faster is well worth it going to the Hoons. So, all right, here we go, guys. Got Mr. Brad's ROG1 completely stock with nothing more than a 25 tooth pinion. Now a set of Hoons on it. Got 63 miles per hour earlier with the stock tires, and they were ballooning like crazy. I thought I was going to wreck. And it's been so long since I run one of these, guys, basically stock like this, that I can't remember what they run. So I'm kind of curious to see what this thing will do, basically bone stock with nothing more than a 25 tooth pinion and a set of Hoons on it. Here we go, Brad. Full, full. Nope. Solid as a rock. Well, there you go, Brad. We'll know for sure here in just a minute, buddy. Don't mind helping anybody out, guys. I really don't. And anybody that thinks this is not a lot of work, look how straight that thing's rolling, Brad. Can't beat that, buddy. Ain't even touching the steering. She's tracking straight. Let's go see what these hoons got us. I was all out. I was full tilt, so it's been a while since I run one of them, so there we go. 62, Brad. 62. So you lost 1 mile per hour going with the hoons, okay, but you wasn't ballooning. Much more stable, all that good stuff. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, for Mr. Brad, we're gonna take stock battery. Everybody can see. Don't anybody say I'm inflating any numbers on here because somebody's truck that I fixed for them. Stock batteries, 2200 mile, 35C 3S. Guys, these little batteries that they supply with the ZD Racing, the Rlaarlo version, the Juicy version, these little batteries are stout. They're really good for what they are. So we're gonna go ahead and go next, Brad, with this C&HL 2200 mile 3S 40C. We're gonna try it and see how it does since it's a little higher capacity. So I don't want to risk wrecking this truck. Probably gonna be the last run because it's not my truck, and I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to risk damaging somebody else's car. But I try to make a video for these people who send me their cars, and I work on them so they can see proof of what they're getting. I don't think for 1 minute that if we don't pick up anything that there's something wrong with this C&HL battery. I think me and Brian's RC stuff and a few other guys have shown just how good these little stock battery packs are that come with these trucks and buggies. They're solid. They're really solid batteries. It's good to see some of these budget-oriented RC companies at least not cheaping out on the batteries, guys. So here we go with a C&HL. So here we go with a C&HL pack. All right, guys, let's try it real quick while we got an opening. Here you go, Mr. Brad. Rog1 25 tooth pinion, set of hoons, C&HL 2200 mile. So let's go. Here comes the car. Full tilt. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Run it back to us. Full, full. Nothing coming, so. One more, Brad, one more. Full tilt, Brad, full. See if we gained anything, guys. I don't want to go all out. I want to keep pushing it because it's not my car. Brad wants to get out there, and once he gets this thing back and push it to the max, he can do it. But I'm trying to be careful because it's not, like I said, it's not my truck. So these little things are such a joy to run because they're just solid and straight out of the box, guys. It's so solid. All right, hopefully we got a good reading. Stop. Read. 62. So we didn't gain anything, guys. That'll show you right there just how solid the little stock battery packs are. Even with a 25 tooth pinion, it's cool. So I'm not gonna push it any more than that, Brad. If you want to push it any harder than that, with it being your truck, you can. I just wanted to kind of give you a baseline to let you know what you're looking at when you get this thing back. So 62 to 63 miles an hour with these hoons, just like it sits. Guys, 63 to 65 miles per hour out of this little jewel. I mean, that's screaming. So I don't know why anybody would be disappointed in that if you're not, you know, it just depends on how fast you want to go. If I don't know if Brad's intentions and goals are like mine, and my buddy Brian over at Brian's RC Stuff, we try to push these things well beyond, almost double or well over doubling what they come from the factory doing. So there you go, Brad, bud. I hope you're happy with it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you don't get out there and wreck it. One other thing, I didn't want to push it too hard, as I did not flip the wheelie bar for you, because I didn't know if you wanted me to do that, so I just didn't mess with it. It's simple though. If you get it over there and decide this thing's wheeling too much for you, which it didn't wheelie any for me just then. If you roll into the throttle easily and just roll into it, it won't wheelie with you anyway, not with the hoons on it, especially with that 25 tooth gear. And but you know, if you decide you want to do the wheelie bar mod, you can see it on my channel or Brian's channel. Or simple, you just take this thing complete, disassemble it, this center bar, the wheels, all that, take this bracket, put it over here, this bracket, put it over here, and you'll see that the wheels will then be flipped, and they'll be way down here, and it's much more effective. So go, Mr. Brad. I'll get these things boxed up for you and shipped out one day next week. Anyway, there you go, Brad. 63 miles an hour, just like it sits. Now you can go faster. I go ahead and tell you now, put a 27 tooth on here if you decide you want to do that later on. You can hit 70. I can tell you that now. I've done it. 70 miles an hour, 27 tooth pinion, set of hoons, that's it, and it'll do 70. But you know, like I said, you know, you need to get used to it at this speed before you try going any faster, because this thing is almost 20 miles per hour faster than it was the last time you run it. So you need to get used to that. Anyway, guys, I hope you found this video informative. I greatly appreciate all the support. You know, I try to make videos for all these guys that send me their cars, that I work on them and show you what I've done to it, show you what you can get out of it, what you can expect. I try to be thorough, honest, and upfront on everything. So hope everybody has a good weekend, guys. God bless. Most of all, God bless America. And we'll catch you in the next one with Brad's ROG1. Out.